Peace and Yah bless. Yah's a strong one. The strong one is Yah. He's the tree of life. He's the fountain of living waters. He's the spirit and creator of all things that live and breathe. On this particular discourse, I'm going to talk about relationships and Holy Land and a few different things. As we all are awaiting Yah to trigger the Exodus, to take us back home, that we come back to the land of our ancestors, Jerusalem. We await that moment. And many people with us. So as we await that moment to happen, to occur, okay? Let's talk about relationships first. Relationships. Okay, now the Holy Land, a lot of things are different, man. Things occur different, but you know, as you all know, men can marry more than one woman, okay? That's just the Old Testament. I mean, it happened all throughout the Old Testament, from Jacob to Abraham to Moses. I mean, you know, King David. King David had 8 wives, okay? Now, King Solomon, they said, had all these, 300 concubines and 700 wives. I'm not sure I believe that, but, maybe he did, The book says he did, documented that he did. That's a lot of women. I don't think the average man can handle that many women. Most of us can barely get through 2 or 3. So anyway, as we go home, what they call it polygamy, and, it's just a multiple wife system, okay? Or sometimes known as sister wives. Because all the wives, they're sisters, they're closely knit in a sisterhood. They're married to one man. And they relish in it. They're glad to be married to that one man. Because that one man has to be responsible not only to his wives, but they're also responsible to him. Okay? And they're just it's like a very close-knit family, It's not like it is in America where it's just, that one man and that one woman, all the time, and that one woman never has any help. Everything is on her. Take care of the kids. Have sex with her husband. Go to the job. Come back home. Run errands. Go buy groceries. Make dinner. Completely wears one woman out. Okay? Get the kids dressed. Fold the clothes. Wash clothes. Do this. Do that. All kind of chores and errands and different things. And I know a lot of you women out there are saying hallelujah, because you know what I'm talking about. I can hear it right now. But in the system of polygamy, or really multiple wives, we call it, a lot of that stuff is divvied out. You know what I mean? If there's 3 wives, then, they're all 3 handling different things, Simple as that. You're not just wearing out one woman, okay, with, the husband and the kids, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they have more than one kid. It's even worse. The more kids, it just compounds the problem, you know what I mean? The more responsibility that has to happen. Now, ladies, polyandry is absolutely nowhere near in the Hebrew culture. Now, I've heard of it in some cultures, like maybe in Chinese and stuff like that. But, man, in the Hebrew culture, that is not a part of our world, man. Polyandry, where a woman's got, like, more than one husband. No such thing as that. Because the man would be defiling themselves. Going behind each other. No, you can't do that. Okay? That's absolutely illegal, man. Okay? And very ignorant. Think about that, okay? All right? A woman only has one husband. And really, what most women don't know is a woman's only supposed to have one husband in her whole lifetime. Okay? So no polyandry, man, okay? We deal only with multiple wives, okay? Polygamy. Okay? And I know it's going to require a lot of adjustment of getting accumulated to the polygamous lifestyle, okay? And not what y'all seeing off in like Utah, man. I'm not sure what they're doing. But anyway, because they try to practice that in the United States, Now, for me, you can practice it, but for me, it's not the place to do that. You got to be in the right atmosphere and, be amongst the holy people doing it the right way. You know what I mean? Doing it the way God has intended it to happen. As I said, most men don't have to have multiple wives if they don't want to. Neither shall we castigate them for not, okay? But we do know that Isaiah chapter 4, verse number 1 tells us it's going to happen. Because there's going to be less and less and less and less men on the earth as we go into the future. Okay? And women already outnumber men anyway. I'm surprised it's not really more prevalent, I'm going to say, even here in the United States. I'm very surprised that is not prevalent even here in the United States. Okay? Especially that they know that this is a biblical construct. It comes from God, man. He allows it. And he allows it because of the production of children. Because once again, a woman can only, have one child, basically one child a year. It takes 9 months to, for a child to be born. So that's basically a whole year. Then she has a couple months to recover from it, right? So one child per year. So if you want to build, big families and big clans, you know what I mean? It's going to take you a while to do that. As opposed to when you have multiple wives, man, it's much faster. The production's much more robust, okay? You want to call it that. It's robust, all right? It's a robust process when you have more than one wife, that the husband, is married to. Now, key word, he is married to these women. It's not jump offs. It's not one-nighters or anything like that. He is married to these women. So they are all responsible to each other. He's responsible to him and they're responsible to him. Okay. Just wanted to talk about that because, I know many people are hearing about that. And I know I got the naysayers already. Naysaying group. Well, I'm not going to do that. Well, okay. We'll see about that. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you come back to the Holy Land, we will see about that. I guarantee you're going to do it. Okay. Because it's a part of our culture. Black people, Black Americans, part of our culture. And most men do it anyway. Because I was cheating on you women all the time, man. Right? Black men and white men and other colors, of men. So that's true. So, whether they're doing it undercover or doing it where you know about it, you know what I mean? I guess it's your choice. All right, as we get ready to travel back to the land today that they call the state of Israel. When we get there, it's going to be called the United Kingdom of Israel. Because all 12 tribes are going to be all reunited, as you see right here in front of you. Okay? This is the glorious future of Israel. Okay? With its capital, Yah, our righteousness. Okay? For a while. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 33, verse number 16, right? In those days shall Judah be saved, and Jerusalem shall dwell safely. And this is the name wherewith she, right, talking about Jerusalem, shall be called Yah, our righteousness, the capital of the mighty, united kingdom of Israel. Yeah, that's the flag. Can't wait to see that drawn up. Actually made and real. It's going to happen one day, man. Okay, so we're raising this standard up before all the earth where you can see it. Okay, the mighty united kingdom of Israel. And here's how the land's going to look. Partitioned correctly. Not what Jared Kushner drew up, right? Like Mahmoud Abbas said, look like some Swiss cheese. When you see that map they drew up out of for the Trump administration. I'm not ragging on them. I'm just saying it's a terrible map, man. It's a terrible map. Doesn't this make sense? Because this is the way Yah wants it done. Okay? You see these two territories right here, Manasseh and Ephraim, that's for the PLO. And then all the rest of the northern tribes. Then it goes down into Judah, you know what I mean? The Black Americans, Reuben, Benjamin, right? Simeon, Issachar, all the way down to the bottom, right? Okay? Well, Gad is at the very bottom down here, okay? South of the Dead Sea. Then there's the holy portion. And the prince has his lands on the sides, right? Okay, then there's the temple of the new city. So it's perfect, man. It's perfect the way the Most High set that up that you read in Ezekiel's chapter like 45, 46, 47, 48. Go there and read about this thing, how this thing's partitioned, how it's supposed to look. It's been in the book all these times, but the Most High didn't want it to come out until it was time for it to, really be heard about. Like I said, these guys, like YOR and all that, they never had a plan. They had logos and they had their YouTube shows and talking to the people about but they never had a solid plan on what's supposed to happen when we get back to the land. Because you got to actually have a solid plan when we get there. It can't be, you get there and then you start winging it and you hope to God everything goes right. As John C. Maxwell would say, hope's not a strategy, man. Okay? Hope is not a strategy. Understand that, all right? It's not a strategy. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know where you're going. You got to have the correct lens on, the correct compass, and know what direction you're supposed to be going in order to lead a nation, okay? You can't use hope as a strategy. That's why YOR failed in 2016 and failed again in 2018. And hopefully they haven't made up any more timelines. It'll just fail. The 400 years had to expire. All right, so let's get back to relationships. So, anyways, I've tried to explain a little bit about relationships and things like that, and how a woman really technically cannot divorce a man in the United Kingdom of Israel. Okay? She won't be able to do that. Okay? It would have to be according to the law of Deuteronomy chapter 24. Okay? If she does something way out of bounds, like, committing adultery, which is the death penalty, right? Okay? For the man and the woman who do it, right? And then once that's found out about, they put to death, right? Anyway, in Deuteronomy 24, a man can issue a divorce decree and the woman is released out of his house. He has to let her go. And once she goes out of his house, then she can go ahead and go, remarry somebody else, if that's what her desire is, okay? But it's going to have to be extenuating circumstances for that to happen. In other words, we're going to investigate, okay? A lot of our counselors, they'll investigate the matter and see what was really going on. And then we'll allow the man to issue that divorce certificate to a woman if it should be needed. We hope not, okay? But most relationships will be polygamous relationships. In other words, you'll see women who have sister wives. You'll see a husband walk around, he might have 7 wives behind him, you know what I mean? Okay, in his little clique, all right? That's why I told you women, hey, make sure you find the husband that you want. Whatever the case is. If you can make it happen now, well, that's cool. If you can't, then, if you're planning on making the aliyah, well, then just wait. You know what I mean? Okay? I think I've told the sister wives, if you know who your sister wives are, I'm talking about beyond a shadow of a doubt, Not that you are assuming, but if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, then, it'll be great if they communicated, start building some rapport, things like that. Because a lot of people, they're only going to might see each other for the first time, probably on the planes. It's might feel kind of funny. Especially me, because I've not actually, really seen or met anybody exactly, I'm going to say, in person as far as talk to them for an extended amount of time, like I'm talking to you guys on this camera, where you can kind of start feeling my spirit and, knowing what I'm all about. Because watching me on camera is not going to allow you to know me. You can only feel people when you can look into their eyes, okay? Because you can feel the energy. You can feel the spirit, you know what I mean? It's a bit different. But I know these relationship issues will be one of the major things that we'll first run into when we get there, you know what I mean? Whenever we start eliminating all that idolatry, I'm sure that'll be in the backdrop. That's why I go over it a lot of times, you know what I mean? Try to get these women accumulated to polygamy. You might as well just get accumulated to it. Get adjusted to it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay? You're not going to get there and then your husband probably just going to stick with just you. He's probably going to have multiple women. And it's okay. God allows it. But the key is he has to marry those multiple women. He can't just have girlfriends like over here in the United States. Oh, that's just my girlfriend. And this other over here, that's my girlfriend. And that one, that's my jump off. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It doesn't work like that. It will not work like that in the UKI. Okay? It will not work like that. It's gonna work everything gonna be according to the Torah. All right? Everything. Divorce procedures, marriage procedures, sexual habits, things like that, all according to Torah. Okay? But it's gonna be excellent future for the people who make the Aliyah. Those who want to serve Yah. I've told you guys about, who can come in and, who can't and the reasons why. And, it's not any fun for me to deliver this news to you, but I have to do it. Okay, and I have to be thorough in doing it so we get some wise understanding about why Yah does the things and the formulas that he uses to do things, okay? There's reasons why and reasons behind everything. Okay, but you guys, get your relationships together, man. Know who you want to deal with coming. If you're going to bring wives out of the United States, gentlemen, please know. Like I said, they really need to vow themselves to you. They have to take a vow. In other words, they are betrothed. Okay, betrothed means what? Engaged. That's what it means. Engaged to. Okay, that means she has promised herself to marry a gentleman. A woman does. She has promised herself. So she has to keep her vow. You can't break your vow, man. For you women over here in the United States, you can't break your vow once you've promised your word before God, man. God holds you accountable to your vow, man. And when you break it, man, you in big trouble with the Most High, man. You are in very big trouble. All right? Now, as for the men, if he vows, the only way he can get out of it is that what? He finds some uncleanness. Something done happened. Okay, the woman's done, he's made an infraction towards him. She's broken her vow. You know what I mean? She's seeing another man. Or she's dealt with another man. In any kind of way or fashion. Okay, he can just move on, keep on going. All right, but for you women, once you make your vow to a man, you can't break it, man. Like I said, there ain't no such thing as no polyandry. You can't have no multiple husbands, no way. Now I know there's some Africans who do stuff like in Chinese because they don't have enough population, but enough women to go around. But not in the Hebrew culture. We don't practice no polyandry. Everything is polygamy. And that's it, as far as that goes. Like I said, a man could just have one wife if he wants one wife. Okay, if he wants multiple wives, then he can deal with multiple women. And he actually don't got to run it by each woman. If you got a man who's doing that, then you're lucky. Because he don't have to ask your permission to take on a new wife. And he don't have to find a woman that you just are crazy about, that you like, you cool with. Kicking it, buddy, whatever you want to call it. It don't have to be like that. Because at the end of the day, they are his wives. It could be a woman that you might hate. Okay? Simple as that. Or y'all don't get along. I mean, we're going to run into all kinds of situations like that we'll have to procure. Without a doubt, okay? But, we can't wait. We're ready to go. Whenever Yah makes this thing happen. Go begin this life right here. And a great life it will be. Okay? Now, let's go away from relations for a minute. I mean, I would say if a person would ask me a question right now, hey, Zechariah, what should I be doing right now? Or what should I be looking into? I would say definitely farming, okay? Farming and gardening. That's going to be status quo in the future. In vogue, very much in vogue. I'm talking about doing it yourself with your own hands. Not waiting on Walmart. Not waiting on the truck driver to deliver it. Okay? Doing it with your own hands. Okay? In other words, what they call breaking the clods, the dirt clods, breaking the clods, with those instruments. Okay? You got to learn how to garden, man. You got to learn about animals. Most people have never seen animals up close. Goats or horses or anything. They don't know what, or cattle. They don't know which one is which one's the male, which one's the female. Okay? I got a lot to learn. A lot to learn about animals, gardening, all of it, man. Some of it we may, go, futuristic with it, like, with the hydroponics and the aquaponics, for all those who know what that's all about, and the vertical gardening. Because we're going to be heavy into that, man, in the UKI. Okay, because Yah's going to bless us from the temple, and he's going to cause all of this land to become fertile. Okay, when he does that, we're going to be using all that stuff, for different reasonings. Okay? Like I said, we have a plan now. We didn't have a plan in 2016, so there was no way we're ever going back. For my Hebrews, it wasn't that we were doing anything wrong. We just weren't ready, man. We didn't have the plan. And Yah knew we weren't ready. And he knew we weren't going to be ready until after the 400 years expired. Remember, Yah knows everything, man. Okay? He knew what he wanted and how it was going to look in the future. The UKI, he knew. Okay? He knew what this was going to be all about. He knew I was going to develop this whole thing. Okay? He knew this. Okay? And don't worry, the top elites love it. Love it so much they probably wanted to do it themselves, but it's not for them. Okay? It is for Yah and the way of Yah and the kingdom of Yah and for the advancement of his kingdom and righteousness on this earth. Okay? It's for his glorification. All right? For the partitioning of the land to be correctly done. For all 12 tribes and the holy oblation. Matter of fact, the holy oblation right here, the holy portion, this is the first thing we partition. This is the first thing out the gate that we're looking at. Then we'll do all the rest of the tribes after we do that. But the holy portion is the first thing partitioned. Everything else comes after that. Okay? And then we'll start bringing everybody into, as far as I'm concerned, who are outside the land still. Okay? We'll make sure they get there. Find out who everybody is, because there's got to be some kind of a system on how we're going to do that. I'm starting to find a little bit out. The Most High has revealed a little bit, but I'm still learning on how to, look at certain people and know who they are of these 12 tribes, okay? But very, very interesting times. So as far as your experience in farming and gardening, you definitely should start working on it, okay? My Hebrew Israelites, my Black Americans. You definitely should start working on it. And also the heathen too. Heathen nations too. Okay, I'm not going to get deep into what's going to happen with that. We'll find out. Okay, and like I said, reparations, slavery reparations, whenever we get them, and we're going to get them. Okay, if you should still make the aliyah and we come back, man, make sure you manage that portion. And, get you some, some financial aptitude. You know what I mean? Know what to do with that money. Don't just get it and go get you a big screen TV and a car and a house and call it a day. You know what I mean? I'm talking about in America, right? Okay? If you plan on making the aliyah, I would just, hold on to it, Probably spend what you need and hold on to it. You know what I mean? And wait for Yah to trigger the Exodus and then take it home with you and then, get home and, make some things happen. Whatever, you should want to make happen, okay? Okay, because there's going to be some definite things differently done in this kingdom right here concerning taxes and tax laws and things like that. It's going to be way different. Okay, you read about that in Ezekiel. Matter of fact, chapter, I think, 47, 48. Okay, and I know definitely without a shadow of doubt, no property tax. Okay, no property tax. Okay, but I'll get more into that later as far as how that's going to work. As Yah, disseminates and gives the knowledge to me to hear and know about, to make sure we're doing this thing exactly the way he wants it done. Because we're not going to be like King Saul. For all those who remember King Saul, man, of Benjamin, he would not do what Yah wanted him to do. He kept making excuses up. We can't do it that way. We got to do everything in exactness to the book, to the letter of the book, okay? Including relationships, all right? How we marry or how we divorce, you know what I mean? Hopefully there won't be any, but if there are, then we go to the Torah and we look at it, okay? But this is for you ladies, man. You get used to, to polygamy. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You might as well get adjusted to that situation. You might as well get accumulated to it. It's going to happen. You're going to be around other girls you've probably never seen before. Or you're going to be around girls that you have maybe seen before, but you're going to be seeing them face to face every day. Okay? Some of them are going to become your sister wives. That's right. Okay? You know, sister wives, hey, they serve their husband, right? Okay? That's their job. Serve their husband. That's right. In all ways. Okay? Now, gentlemen, don't do things in the kingdom you're not supposed to be doing. Okay? When it comes to these ladies. Okay? You can't be, they're not supposed to be lesbians. Okay? They're not lesbians. All right? All right? Just because you got multiple wives, they don't be doing lesbian type things. Okay? So be careful with that. How you handle that. Because if I hear about you, I will castigate. Okay? You know that already. All right? So as I said in the last video, just be detoxing yourself, man. Like I said, back from these drugs and these horrible, eating habits. And for you ladies, your dress code, man. All your tight clothing, you can leave that in the door to Babylon. You can just go throw it in the trash, man. Because ladies are not going to dress like that in the UKI. You're not going to dress like that no more, man. All them tight clothes. Okay? You can just leave all that here, man. You're not going to need it. Okay? Things real showy. You're not going to need it. Okay? All your blue jeans and all that. You might as well leave it. You're not going to need it. You're not going to be in the kingdom with some blue jeans on. Okay? All right? The kingdom of God on earth. The UKI. That's what it is. The kingdom of God on earth. Exactly. As we told you, fifth kingdom. Okay? But yeah, but dress code wise, ladies, you're not going to need all that. Gentlemen, you too. We're not going to be able to dress in the way we dress today. A pair of jeans and, a polyester shirt. You know what I mean? We wear one fabric. That's it. Okay? That's it. So dress code and learning how to dress the Hebrew ways, very important. Go to the book. Go read. Go to YouTube. Whatever you need to do. Okay? And get accumulated, okay? All right? And if you come to the kingdom and you don't have it, okay, when you get to the kingdom, we're going to find some people that are going to make sure you get it. Because that's actually, I think, in Micah, somewhere, Most High talks about that. Everybody has to be dressing correctly in the kingdom, according to the kingdom standard. We're going to have standards, and you're going to meet that standard. You're going to meet this standard in order to be in the UKI. Okay, to be what they call a citizen of the UKI, a patron. Okay, all right. There will be standards. Okay, marriage standards, everything, man. Okay, dietary standards. We're gonna have some of the best food in the world in the UKI, man. Some of the best food, best fruit, the best water. We're gonna have the best of everything when we get home. Why? Because the Holy One of Israel is gonna be there with us, man. From the time we get there, he ain't never going to leave us again. That's the book. Go read Ezekiel. He's going to be amongst the 12 tribes forever. And our lives are going to get extended, right? Isaiah chapter, 65, excuse me? Right? Isaiah 65, verse 20, right? Okay? When that fountain of living water comes from the third temple, okay, what's it going to do? It's going to extend our lives. Reinvigorate our souls, rejuvenate our bodies. Okay, we're going to last longer. Like it says, to be 100 years old, man, we're going to be like, man, you died 100. We're going to be like, oh, man, that's going to be like a baby's age. Like, man, it's a little baby. How did, we'll be looking at, man, how you died 100, man? We around here living, 200 or 300, years. You know what I mean? As it says, like a tree. Right? In the UKI. The UKI is going to be great. It's going to be the greatest thing to ever happen on this earth. And I'm glad to be a part of it. And I want you all to be a part of it as much. Come be citizens. You know what I mean? Those who, are supposed to be. Okay? Because now, whenever the Jews first come to Jerusalem, Israel, when they came out of Germany, the infrastructure was horrible. So they built it up. Well, while they take their hiatus, I'm talking about the men especially, right? Except for the ones coming in for work. Well, then We're going to build up infrastructure. We're going to build this right here. We're going to do the Hebrew Israelite, black Americans. This is what we're going to build, this mighty nation. Okay? This plan that we put together, okay? We're not going home and listening to the other nations about what we need to do. We know what we need to do by God. God's already told us what to do. Okay? Then he's given us, a flag, colors, everything, a standard. We have it all, man. Okay? Priesthood that we got to develop. There's a lot of work to be done, especially me. I got a ton of work to do. Okay? A ton of work to do. Developing the priesthood and all the temple and what's supposed to happen and when it's supposed to happen. I got so much work to do. Okay? But it's going to be great to be in the UKI, especially get these hundreds of years, you know what I mean? For a child to die at 100 years old. In the UKI, that's what it's going to be. A child shall die 100 years old. Because what? We're going to get what? Our days extended. Like back in the days, like in the days of Noah and before that. Okay, they was 950 years old, man. Can you believe that? All right. I'm going to get out of here. Here's the last thing I'll leave you with. When we get home, we shall not build and another inhabit. We should not plant. I told you about the gardening, right? And another eat. We're going to do a lot of gardening, right? For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. You hear that? Now check it out. And we shall not labor in vain like we're doing today. Because by the time you get your check, you're giving it to somebody else. We're not going to labor in vain no more. Nor are we going to bring forth trouble. Okay? For we are the seed blessed of Yah, and our offspring with us. Very important verses right there in Isaiah chapter 65. Okay? All right? All right. Yah's gonna bless us. Okay? Here's what it's going to do to our enemies. Okay? Therefore, thus saith Yah. Yah is saying himself. Yah God is saying, behold, my servants, we gonna eat, but our enemies are going to be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink. See, we're going to drink, right? All kind of wine and things, right? And great clean water. But our enemies are going to be thirsty. And behold, Yah's servants, we're going to rejoice in Yah. But our enemies are going to be ashamed. And you hear that? You remember that. Okay? Before you become enemies of Yah's people and his servants. Thank you all for listening. Peace and y'all bless. I look forward to seeing you in the UKI one day. It's going to be a great time on this earth. Probably the greatest time ever on earth. We partition the land just like this. Make the holy oblation just like that. It's going to be great. The UKI coming to a theater near you very soon. Peace and y'all bless.